Hi, friends. It's Carrie from Stretch Chi. It's Friday morning, 11 a.m. So welcome here today. I have to admit, it's a weird day. I am feeling very empathetic. I've been up since about 3 a.m. just like crushed. I feel this like horrible weight on my heart, and so I really feel like today I want to dedicate this class and dedicate the things that we do in class to any of my friends out there, anyone in the world, really, anybody who's here that I don't even know, um, to making sure that you feel safe, safe in your own body, safe with me, safe in the world, because it's not fair that people don't feel safe. And that I feel like the healing needs to start in our own bodies and work towards some real love energy. I want you all to feel safe. I don't like what's happening in the world right now. I don't like the fact that there's no way for anyone to differentiate between me and someone who may be a threat, and that breaks my heart. No one should have to walk through the world that way. So today, of course, it's stretching class, so we're going to stretch. We're going to focus a lot on the muscles that pull us into fight or flight mode. I feel like a lot of people are in that place right now, feeling like either you want to rage or you want to just retreat or maybe even just surrender. For those of you who found yourself very teary lately, that could be why. It's been a very heavy week. It's been a lot of things are coming right up to the surface. And that's good because it means that we can start dealing with them on the surface, which is great. But also, I feel like today, what I can do, how I can help, is to start a small process on an individual level of helping people to pull out these patterns that are in their bodies. I mean, I find it very unfair. There are. I've been very blessed. It's been sad to close my studio because I was able to be in a part of this city in Chicago where I saw a lot of different demographics of people from all different areas. Chicago is a very segregated city, so much so that it shocked me when I moved here. I was just blown away by it. For those of you who don't live in the United States, it's real. And for those of you who don't live in Chicago, it's real. It's a very segregated city, and it's because people don't feel safe. And so I think there are communities that cluster, like the West Side, the South Side, out of safety, and that breaks my heart. So I've had the opportunity to work with a lot of people and see a lot of problems in bodies, and what I see are long patterns of abuse, long patterns of fear, patterns that people were born with from ancestry, that they've learned from their parents, and also patterns that have been reinforced by experiences in life. It's a triple whammy, you guys, and it really hits hard right in the hip flexors. So what I really notice a lot with people who do live in fear is that they have lordosis, which is a curvature in your spine where you come into like this kind of position where the psoas gets pulled tight and the back kind of like really arches a lot. So we're going to work through that a bit today. Sometimes opening this up can really give you a sense of peace, especially if you find yourself really caught in fight or flight mode. So this kind of lesson would, of course, be good for anyone who's ever felt like traumatic stress of any sort. I really want to acknowledge that that's a real thing that our bodies hold on to, and it's unfortunate that it happens, but it does. And getting that out of the body is the first step to healing. So let's start there. I'm going to have you sit down with your right leg pulled in tight, and just grab that leg and give yourself a hug. That feeling of being in close is like being in a fetal position. That's what your body's trying to do. So from this position, just roll back slowly. Feel yourself stretching here. If you feel like you fall over, just pull yourself back up. And you want to move with a very slow tipping back and forward. Sorry to be so heavy this morning, but it's very heavy on me today. I don't know. It's tough. It's hard from my standpoint to see pain in people and know that there's really not much that I can do, and to not know what my place is, or if I open my mouth, if I'm going to sound like an idiot. I mean, that's real too, right? Because I mean, my upbringing is a lot different, and my experiences are different, right? So I can relate from a feeling level, but I can't relate from an experiential level. I admit that. But I want you guys to be safe. I want you guys to be happy. I want you to be able to let your fears go, right? I want that for you. I want you well. Like, I really do. All right, now let's switch sides. So you can bring your left leg in and your right leg out in front of you and just give it a hug. And then very gently take your time and just tip back and come forward. You'll find this stretch in your hip flexor on the right side. It's right in the front of your body. And just take your time, be gentle with yourself. If you feel like you're falling over, you're just going too far, okay? So it's okay to just move a little bit, but just find this kind of like gentle rocking motion. It's good for you. So just take this time to kind of get into your body, to be gentle with yourself, to find what feels good for you. And then from here, we're going to work on our hamstrings. So when you're ready, you can just lay down on your back. Bring your right leg up and just grab your leg behind with both hands. You're going to resist by pushing out, and then use your arms to pull you in. Find the stretch in your hamstring right here, and then you just push back and forth, out for strength and in for stretch. Find that stretch in your hamstring. Take the time for yourself. This is healing for you right now. Healing for you so that you can do the work that needs to be done later. But for right now, take this time for yourself. And then on this repetition, come in close, hold your leg here, and then just spiral your leg in circles to find that stretch through your calves, through your foot. And let's go the other way too. It's good. And then let's switch sides. So bring your right leg up, grab your left leg behind with both hands, push your leg away from you, like towards the wall, while you pull your arms in towards your chest at the same time. Out for strength and in for stretch. And you just keep going back and forth, finding the stretch in the way that feels the best to you. Take care of your own body. Listen to yourself. Don't do anything that doesn't feel good. And let's do one more, and then we'll do some rotations in your foot. So go ahead and pull in. As you're holding here, you can very slowly roll your foot in spirals, like in circles. And maybe the other way too. That should be a good, like you should feel that stretch in your calf and in your foot. Hopefully that feels good to you. All right, and then let's bring our left leg up and cross it on top of your right leg. Reach through and grab your right leg with both hands and unlock your fingers. If you need to extend this because your arms aren't long enough, just take a towel and wrap it around your leg, and you can hold on to the towel. That'll give you a little bit more space, okay? From here, use your left leg to push open. So I'm pushing my left leg out towards that wall in front of me that way. And I'm going to pull in with my arms. You'll feel your glutes stretch. And you just go back and forth. Out for strength and in for stretch. Find the stretch in your glute on the left side, right through here. If that doesn't feel good, then work in a smaller range or just don't do it at all. It's okay. Just do what feels good to you, okay? Find the stretch. And then let's switch sides. So bring your right leg on top of your left leg now. Grab your left leg with both hands and push open for strength and pull in for your stretch. And just go back and forth. Out for strength and in for stretch. Find this stretch in your glute on the right side. And again, only do what feels good. If it doesn't feel good, let it go. Take this time to heal yourself, to work on what your own body needs. And you can make this the best for you today, right? I always feel like we have a unique purpose, that each of us have this unique purpose in life. And that purpose stays steady no matter what, no matter where you go or what you do. And I feel like to be able to do your purpose in the right way, you have to have your body in the best place possible, because when you're in pain, you can't be your best self. When you feel locked up, you can't be your best self. And so as we start to unlock the body here, as we start to remove patterns that may have been there for a long time, it can help to open you up a little bit more to who you truly are, what you're truly meant to be, what you're truly meant to do. And in times like now where there's a lot of anger and frustration on one end, extreme anger. I mean, there's tons of it. On the other side, there's a lot of love and heart and unconditional love, really. When you really take use of that peace, the unconditional love, then you can give your purpose to everyone. You can give your purpose, you can give your gift to whoever needs it, to whoever wants it. But when you get stuck in a place of anger or fear, that gets trapped in your body too. If you can't let that go in your body, it's going to be hard to let it go in real life, right? So when you can let that go, when you can let go of the anger and fear, then you can live in this place of love. But you cannot live in a place of unconditional love when you're also living in a place of anger and fear. And I think that's what I'm really struggling with today, because I'm really angry. I'm really sad. And I'm going to cry. So I'm just going to go to the next stretch. Okay. Whew. Lay on your back. Bring your feet up towards the ceiling and grab your knees on the inside and squeeze in for strength and open for stretch. I'll be all right. Sorry. I just love you guys so much. I hate it that you're in pain. I hate it so much. I want to fix it. I want to give you all big giant hugs. Everybody. Okay. So let's go back to our hip flexor. We're going to do this in a little bit of a different way. Bring your right leg to the front, your left leg behind. Squeeze your legs together and pull with this front leg forward. And then pull back. Boy, this is great live class. Such as life. It's real life, you guys. It's real life. So I'm using my front leg to pull me forward. And as you do that, you can kind of lean back and catch that stretch through your hip flexor. Open that up because this is that piece that pulls you into a fetal position and then brings you up. Ooh. You don't have a mascara all over my face. It's gonna happen. It'll be alright. Oh my goodness. Oh, the world, you guys. It's okay. We'll just do little pieces, little bits at a time, right? Starts right here. Starts with your own healing. Okay, let's switch sides. Bring your right leg to the back, your left leg in the front. Try to squeeze both legs together. Use your left leg to pull you forward, and your back leg will pull you back. Find that stretch in the front of your right leg. And then use your left leg to pull you into the stretch. Lean back a little bit, see if you can find that stretch in your hip, right in the front. And then just back and forth. I am a hot mess. I feel like usually I'm pretty good at like being able to distract myself from issues or like from my empathy. But today it's not going away. It's not changing. All right. I hope that stretch made you feel a little better. It's good to get this opened up. I'm telling you guys, it just really helps to get your body like front facing, to pull your hips a little forward to get that curve out of your back a little bit less, right? So that you can stand up a little straighter. It's so important. Okay, now bring your right arm up and grab the outside of your elbow with your left hand, push open to the side and pull in for your stretch. Open for strength and then close for stretch. I feel like it could be a really beautiful time because I feel like so many people could come into their power right now. I feel like some of the most powerful and amazing people I've met are some of the most oppressed people I've met. And if if you could just be let free, oh my gosh, like what could you do? Amazing. You can only be so lucky, right? I keep hoping that someone amazing is going to come out of the woodwork. It's been a long time since we've had someone really amazing come out who's changed the world, right? Keep hoping. Okay. Bring your left arm up, grab your elbow with your right hand and try to pull your arms apart, push open to the left, and then pull across for your stretch. Open for strength and close for stretch. Find the stretch in the back of your shoulder on the left side. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. Remember, these are part of the rules, right? Move, resist, stay out of pain. Find this in the best way possible. And remember that this is about your healing, right? So if you need to take a second, feel free to take some time off. If you need to do 3 stretches instead of 10 stretches, then do that. If you want to skip a stretch, if you want to stop at a certain point, if you do what you want, right? Let's get your body in a place where it feels really good today. I can make you feel safe in your own skin. That's the first step, right? Let's do that. Okay, the next thing we're going to do are push-ups for your chest. So let's come down into a plank position with your arms really wide. So your arms will be about open like this. Onto your knees, drop your hips down and your elbows wide, and then very slowly drop down to the floor, and then push back up. Opening up, this is your stretch on the way down. You should feel it in your chest. If you feel anything in your back or your shoulders, then don't do it, okay? Just do what feels good to you. And again, about 10 or until you feel like stopping. You don't have to do all 10 if you don't want to. All right, now from here, bring your knees in. So you're going to take your arms wide to the corners of your mat. So you'll be like in a wide position like this. And then pull with your fingers towards your legs. So you're trying to pull in towards your knees. And then just sit back, tuck your chin, look at your knees. And then pull yourself back up. This is your strength training move. On the way down, this is your stretch. You find this stretch in the front of your shoulders, kind of like in your armpits. Hopefully it feels good. Just take it for what you want in the way that you want it. So if you want to tuck your chin and pull back, that's fine. If you want to work in a smaller range of motion, that's okay too. Just do what feels good to you, okay? Up for strength and down for stretch. Make sure you find this stretch in the best way. So make sure you're pulling with your fingers. Tuck your chin. You might need to reach your fingers a little bit higher so you get a little more space. That might intensify the stretch too, make it feel a little better. See what feels right. Here too, you can kind of honor your body's need or its want to be in a fetal position. So as you're pulling back, let yourself do it. But this one, it's by your choice, right? You're pulling here because you want to. Curl yourself up in a ball on purpose. Go ahead and curl up and let your body do what it wants to do, right? Good work, you guys. Good job. Good job. Okay. Maybe all I needed was a good cry live on YouTube. That was odd. Okay, so now bring your right arm across your body and grab your wrist with your left hand and resist like you're pulling both arms apart. It's a diagonal pull. Push up for strength and then keep pushing up like that while you pull down towards the opposite side. So pulling down towards the left, then bring your head to the left also to get a stretch in your neck. Should be here. And then lift your arm back up and back down. So you pull down towards the left, your head will also go to the left. Find that stretch in your neck and shoulders right here on the right side. And then up and down. Up for strength, down for stretch. Back and forth. Up for strength, down for stretch, bringing your head to the side. Find that stretch on the right side of your neck. All right, let's go ahead and switch sides. So bring your left arm over, grab your wrist with your right hand, push up for strength, and then pull down for your stretch. And when you pull all the way down here to the right side, bring your head to the right also to stretch out your neck on the right. And then just go up and down. So up is strength training, down is your stretch. And find that stretch in the way that works the best for you, okay? Up for strength, down for stretch. Your head to the right, the stretch is on the left, okay? And we just go up and down. And again, do this if it feels good, but if it doesn't feel good, take your time with it, work in a smaller range of motion, or just choose to skip it altogether. If your body doesn't want to do it, it means that there's a blockage somewhere. Okay, so we'll work through some other things, see if we can find that and remove it. All right. Okay, now let's go next into some leg stretches. I think let's do our hamstrings. I'm gonna have you grab a rope or a towel. I just have like a hand towel. That works for me. And wrap your foot, or wrap the towel around your left foot. You'll lay on your back, hold the towel in your right hand. So it's the opposite arm and leg. So it's my left leg, my right arm. Bring your knee in close to your body and turn it towards your elbow. If you have trouble doing that, it's okay. Just like extend your leg out a little bit or let your knee face towards like your chest, but you don't want it to come open to the side. So your knee will not point to the left, it'll point to the right, okay? So kick down towards your hip, keeping your knee kind of turned in, and then pull up for your stretch. And you'll feel this along the outside of your hamstring. Down for strength, and up for stretch. And just find this stretch right here on the outside of your hamstring. If you feel anything in the inner thigh, then just skip this stretch. We'll come back to it. We'll do this one twice. Seems like it's probably a good idea. Down for strength, up for stretch. And just honor what your body wants with this stretch. Does it want to go far? Does it want to stay in a small range of motion? Does it still feel good to you to do this much of a stretch? Down for strength and up for stretch. Could be even into your calf. Could be a big stretch, right? So you just go back and forth. And now let's switch sides. So wrap the strap around your right foot. Hold it in your left hand. And rotate your knee in towards your elbow on the left so that you get internal rotation. Kick down for strength and up for stretch. And you just go back and forth. You should find this stretch on the outside of your left hamstring, okay? So if it doesn't feel like that, if you feel it anywhere else, just go ahead and skip the stretch, and we're going to come back to this one. So take your time through it. You can skip it if you need to, and just work in the range that feels good if you choose to stay in the stretch. Now come up into a seated position, bring your feet together, your elbows on your knees, and you're gonna push down and sweep open with your arms and push in with your legs. So let your legs win, then your arms will win to push you open, but keep resisting. Find that stretch in your inner thighs. And just go back and forth, up for strength and down for stretch. I think, the past couple, really this whole week in general has been just like grief and forgiveness and like every class seems to be focused on these same kind of feelings, even like dealing with anger, and how important it is to honor your emotions, to like feel your emotions, to sit with them. And it's hard when you live a life of, when you live like the grateful life, right? Like when you try to be grateful for everything and you try to see that the bees on the flowers and the clouds are pretty, like when you live in that world where when you've read enough books that tell you that if you're grateful, you'll be happy, right? Like if you can just continually be grateful that it's okay, but it's not always. Sometimes It's just a cover up for real feelings. So we've had lots of classes about that this week, about how to allow yourself to feel, right? To feel what's going on in your own body, but to be able to feel what your emotions feel like too, and then to go from there, right? It's possible to process those emotions when they're in front of you, or to find solutions to problems when they're in front of you. But when you hide them with like, but I have a privileged life, or my, but I have people who love me, or I have, there's food on my table, or whatever there is that you can tell yourself that you feel really grateful for. If you're using those words of gratitude to cover up real, like, emotions that need to be processed and worked through, then change isn't going to happen. So, I think that's part of what, I don't know, there were a couple of times this week, like, feeling down where I was like, I don't even know if I can teach class today. It's like, even today, I was like, I don't know if I can do this today. But this is the human experience, and it's tough. And if change is going to happen, like, it starts with us first, right? And with the little that I can do, and maybe the big things that you can do. I hope so. Who knows, right? Who knows? Okay, enough of that. Lay on your back. Bring your right leg up and let your right hand grab your heel. Let your knee open up to the side, and you'll kick down for strength and then pull up for stretch. And hopefully you'll find that stretch on the inner part of your hamstring right through here. Down for strength and up for stretch. And find the stretch on the inner part of your hamstring right through here. If you don't feel that, then just skip the stretch. It's okay, right? You can just let it go or work in a smaller range, like I said before. Just make sure you're taking care of yourself and really honoring what your body wants to do today, how your own body feels, because that's where the healing is, right? The healing happens at a place where your body feels nurtured and safe. The healing doesn't happen when you try to pressure it, right? So if you're huffing and puffing, you're sweating, if you're trying to pull your leg into a very specific area, if you're really struggling in this resistance, then you're working too hard. Okay? Think more about like a nurturing resistance. Kind of like when someone gives you a hug and it's like a good tight hug, but you don't feel like they're gonna crush you. Like you just feel that like really good nurturing quality. Treat your muscles like that. Okay, so kick down, and then as you're pulling up, it's like the kind of force when you're giving somebody a really good hug. Down for strength and up for stretch. That's it. And just find this in the best way for you. So kick down for strength and pull up until your body says stop, and then come right back down. Make sure that it feels really safe and nurturing, comfortable. No fear. There's no need for fear right now. So if any of these moves make you feel fearful at all, it's just your body giving you a sign, right? It's triggering you in some way, and it's telling you like, whoa, wait, I'm not safe. So listen to that and decide, how can you make this one safe, like maybe moving in a smaller range of motion, or maybe this isn't your stretch right now, but listen to yourself. Listen to your body, listen to the cues that it's giving you. All right. Okay, the next stretch we're going to do is for your quads. So you're going to take your towel and put it up against the wall, or you can use your mat or like some sort of cushion if you have one. Those little gardening knee pads are really great too. You're going to put your knee on the towel and your foot flat against the wall. Now, if you need to, bring your knee closer to the wall or further away, depending on how it feels for you, right? Then bring your other leg to the front and come up into a lunge. You want to try to get straight from your knees through your hips and your shoulders. But if you can't find that, like if you still feel like you're hunched over, then just bring your knee further away. If you feel unstable, grab a chair or something to hold on to, okay? Now let's stretch out our hip flexors and our quads. So push your foot into the wall, push your front foot into your mat, so just going that way, like in front of you, and then push open. This is strength training. And as you push back, keep your body upright. You'll feel your quads all the way up through your hips, okay? and then just go back and forth. Forward for strength and back for your stretch. You should feel this all through here, right? If this feels uncomfortable, just don't do it, okay? If it hurts your knee, if you're cramping up, if there's something crazy going on, if you can't stand up, you keep falling over, then just skip it. It's okay. Remember, you want to do what feels good and nurturing to you. And if you do all these other stretches and unlock some things, it's going to make this one more stable for you. So you can either do like some of my problem solving videos, like the quad problem solving video would be really helpful if you can't do this position. But also just keep doing class, and every time try it, and one day it'll work. One day you'll be like, oh, I can do that now. It's kind of amazing that it works that way, but it does. Okay, now bring your hands down. Take your left leg down and switch sides. All right, so you've got one leg against the wall. This is my left leg, right? With my foot flat on the wall, my knee is on the towel. I've got my other leg in a lunge, and my body's upright from my knee to my hips to my shoulders. Can't get in this position, try bringing your knee away from the wall. That helps a lot, okay? Now push with your back leg into the wall. That'll drive you forward, and then use your front leg to push you back. Find this stretch in your quad on the left side. You might feel your hip flexor in the front. And just go back and forth. Suri must be sleeping. I don't know, she usually comes into class sometimes. Maybe she was like, Carrie's in a bad mood today. She's sad and angry, frustrated. It's sad. She really only likes me to like play with her and give her food. That's pretty much it. The rest of the time she's like, hands off, don't mess with me. And when I'm on the mat, which I really think like it's a power struggle. She wants to claim it for herself. I want to claim it for me. It's kind of like when a long time ago I lived with my sister, and we both used to sit in the same place on the couch, but we had different work schedules. Like she worked the night shift, I worked the day shifts, So we never saw each other. And then whenever we were home, I would be sitting in her place on the couch and she'd get mad at me. So anytime I get up to go drink water, and then she'd sit there and I'd be like, you're sitting in my spot. And it was hers. Anyway, that's the struggle that Suri and I are having. Okay, now we're going to go back to our lateral hamstrings. So get your towel again. Wrap it around your left foot. Hold both sides in your right hand. Lay on your back. Okay? Bring your knee in so that it faces your elbow on your right hand, so you'll get a little bit diagonal, turn it in, and then kick down for strength and pull up for your stretch. See if you can find this stretch on the outside of your hamstring on the left. Should feel a little better than the last time we did it, especially if you skipped it. You might be able to feel the stretch a little more. Might feel a little easier. Hopefully it feels good to you. So you just go back and forth. Down for strength and up for stretch. Down for strength, up for stretch. Okay, and now let's switch sides. So bring the towel around your right foot, hold it with your left hand, turn your knee in towards your elbow on the left side so you get internal rotation, then kick down for strength and pull up for your stretch. You'll find this on the outer part of your hamstring on the left side. And just go back and forth. Down for strength, up for stretch. Back and forth. Okay. All right. So now let's come up into a seated position. And let's work on our rotator cuff. So bring your hands over your head like this. You can sit however you want. You can even stand up for this one. And then pretend like you're popping a balloon between your elbows. So try to squeeze your elbows together and then open back up. And just find this stretch in the back of your shoulders. Should be back here. Hopefully it feels good. Again, if it doesn't feel good, just skip it, right? Just skip it. Open and close. This is a really nice one for the back of your shoulders. If you feel uncomfortable or if you feel any pinching in the front, just skip it, okay? Just skip it. Okay. Now we're going to go into a stretch for the top of your shoulders and your neck. So bring your right arm into the side, grab your wrist with your left hand, and try to pull both arms apart, okay? Then push up towards the right. Keep resisting with your left hand. Now let your left hand win. Your right hand still pushing up. You come down towards your waist. Now pull your head over to the left. Just see if you're going to stretch through your neck. Should go right through here, the top of your neck and shoulders, okay? Up for strength and down for your stretch. And bring your head to the side again. You just go back and forth, okay? Up for strength and down for stretch. Find your next stretch. Do what feels good to you, of course. Make sure that you feel comfortable. Make sure you feel safe. Only move in the range that feels good, right? So if you want to move smaller range like this, that's okay. If you only want to do a few repetitions, that's okay too. If you want to do 10, that's fine. If you want to do 40, go. I guess that's up to you. You may not want to do that. All right, 20 though, that'd be all right. Okay, so now bring your left arm in and grab your wrist with your other hand and resist by pushing in both directions. You're going to push up to the left this time and then use your right arm to push you back down. As you get to the bottom, bring your head over to the right, that's the one, and you'll get your stretch through your neck and shoulder here. So up for strength and down for stretch, and again, just really listen to your body, honor what it wants and what it needs. Make sure that you feel safe. Take this time to really reinforce your safety, even just in your own body. It starts there, right? Up for strength and down for stretch. It's good, right? Well, stretch out your neck, stretch out those shoulder muscles. A little nod, like just saying yes with your head, you can kind of wrap that around your neck a little bit too. Hopefully that feels good to you. Let's do one more and then we'll get into our lats next. Right, so bring your right arm up so that your elbow points up towards the ceiling. Grab your wrist with your left hand and you're gonna pull down towards your left knee, okay? So find this resistance between your arms and then with your left arm, pull towards your left knee. Find that stretch kind of from your armpit down to your waist and just go back and forth, up and down. And find the stretch in the way that feels the best to you, okay? I'm gonna go a little bit to the side. Oh. That seems to get exactly where I need it. Right here on the side, right? It's like around my rib cage. That feels really good. So you can find this stretch in the way that feels the best to you too, right? So maybe coming down further, like towards your knee feels good, or maybe a little bit more in a diagonal, maybe looking down or looking up. You play around with it and see what feels the best to you, okay? Explore the stretch so that you get the most benefit from it, but also that you feel the most safe, okay? Now bring your other hand up. This is your left arm now. Grab your right, let me start again. Left arm up. Here we go. So your left elbow is pointed up towards the ceiling. Then take your right hand and grab your elbow, okay? Then you're gonna pull towards your right knee, got it? Okay, so try to pull your arms apart so they'll be active, and then you pull down towards your right knee. And see if you can find that nice stretch from your armpit down towards your waist. And then just wiggle around a little to see if you can find the best stretch for you. Sometimes it just takes a little movement and you're like, oh, that direction. Okay, that way. And it's just a little slight change, all right? So you go up for strength and you pull down for your stretch. Up for strength and down for stretch. Let's do one more, and then we're going to move into downward dog stretch. This one's really great. Okay, so here's how this works. You're going to come down onto all fours. Tuck your toes so that you can like push your body forward. You kind of want this feeling like you're going to take off running. Your arms are going to push into the floor like you're trying to push your body back. Okay, so your legs are pushing you forward, your arms are pushing you back. Find some strength in your spine, right? I want you to be like super strong through your spine, right? Then from here, come to straight legs, but you don't have to put your heels down, right? But keep your spine strong. From here, push up with your feet, push with your arms, and bring your head through. This is a big chest opener, a big heart opener, but strong at the same time. It's all about love, my friends. You can be unconditional loving and still have a strong spine. You can still stand up straight. Find all this love here, okay? Bring your head through. You can come to your heels or not. It depends on what you feel like, right? But notice that I'm not bending my hips so much as I'm moving from my ankles and my shoulders. And then I use my arms to push me back down. Let's do one more. Make it a good one. Oh, all right. Oh, boy. What a day. All right, friends. Usually we go until about noon, but we got through all of our stretches, and I feel like that was good for us today. So I'm going to go ahead and stop there. Oh, I love you guys so much. I really, truly want the best for everyone. And if there's any way that I can help, anything I can do, please let me know because I'd love to help. Okay? I love you. Take care of yourselves. Spread your love to everybody you can. And I'll see you guys the next time. Okay? Bye-bye.